Hello everyone, this is Jasmine, aka Gladiatorinsweats, and I'm here with the daily tarot message for today, September 17th, and it's Monday, so happy Monday to everyone. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and yeah, we're just gonna jump into it. So, same way we're jumping into this brand new wave spell, this white wind wave spell of communication, which I did upload an overview video on that yesterday, so do go ahead and check that out if you have not done so just yet. But today we're just going to talk about specifically this galactic signature for today, the white magnetic wind, with the moon slipping into Capricorn today. So let's go ahead and just read the code, or just the phrase for today. I unify in order to communicate, attracting breath. I seal the input of spirit with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. And so, just as I was talking about yesterday in my overview, with this being the focus of communication, of connecting to our spirit and our divine will, as well as breath, conscious breathing, just being consciously in tune with spirit in all ways. And so, not just that, but as noted in the code for today, today is a galactic activation portal date. So all of this, compiling, or all of this, really making for not just an active day, but a very active wave spell of, breakthroughs, of us really receiving divine clarity and, epiphanies, and just a lot of insight and clarity about our own truth. So that's really what I felt here. Not just with the energy. I just looked at the time, and it was 2:22, and the kin number for today is 2:22 as well. So I just like that number synchronicity. But regardless, the card that I did pull today from the Wavespell spread for this question for today of what is our goal, we did get the Fool card, which honestly was really exciting for me to just pull and to see. Anytime you get this card as like an initiator, or as like a beginning, or just really as like a goal, to me is very exciting. It means very exciting times of being stimulated and catalyzed in brand new ways. I do really feel this is, again, about us aligning with our divine will, breaking away from the old and the stagnant and the deserving. All of this I've been talking about, all this time, the past month. And yeah, having these fresh new adventures. I see this almost as like the creation of new timelines, the way I was talking about it earlier, of how I feel like we were spending time not even trying to, but cleaning up like old stories. And so we were able to create new stories, almost as if there could be like a database that got full. And it's not necessarily that it got full, but just that I guess the way I'm kind of even imagining it is like a computer, where it's not that it won't run well if you're running a bunch of things and a bunch of old stuff, but it's just not gonna run the way that it would best run. So we're really having to update. And I feel like, again, this is probably even resonant with what I was talking about in my Instagram post about our minds are really what's having to catch up with the reality of our truth, and the reality of what's really going on, not necessarily within our lives, but within our spirit. We're really catching up with these new ideas, which they're new to us, but I guess that's what I mean when it's like a catching up. It's really I guess it's really kind of hard to explain in a very linear way, the way that I'm seeing this. But even as I've mentioned before, it just feels like a 0 point of just like returning to zero, returning to nothing and everything, to all that is, all that will be, all that ever was. Like just really being able to come from this like square one space, but it's like not even square one, it's square zero before even deciding, okay, this is where I'm going to go next. But even in returning to 0 point, like what happens between that time? I really feel that's what these 2 weeks are about, where everything has to come up. Everything has to be brought to the surface. Everything has to be seen, really, in order to be kind of like wiped away. Like, I mean, I hope this makes sense. Like that's the way that like I'm seeing it, and I feel like that's the way I'm seeing it in my life, the way we're seeing it even in like the world collective stage, not just in the most like recent like past few months or even past 6 months, but even in the past like 8 or so years. And I mean, and this has been longer than that. This has been a collective shift in the making, in the stars. It's been all aligning all this time, but I feel that it's really all coming more to an actual surface where we're seeing it, where all of this has been taking place. Again, I feel more within our minds, more within a cellular level, more within like just within the earth, like the same way like the rumblings and the feelings and the seeing of the change has been gradual, has become the same way, and now we're seeing like very physical changes. That's exactly the same way that I'm feeling here. And maybe this is even related to Uranus and Taurus, and this having again electrifying Gaia, but also we're also feeling it parallel to the same extent within our own bodies and our own environments, within like our own personal universes. But to just try and keep from rambling, I really feel there's this nude and raw feel here. There's this removal of illusions, I feel, where we're revealing stark truths. With the bottom of the deck for the entire wave spell spread, as I mentioned yesterday, we do have this Queen of Swords in reverse. So I can't help but feel again that this is really about us having to acknowledge our divine truth, really even revealing, like I said, these stark truths, these things that maybe we just didn't realize, or maybe even things we had inklings about. I feel like there's this just grand reconnection, not just to our intuition, but our innate genius, to where again, as I mentioned, we're really able to have these breakthroughs. We're really able to receive a lot of mental clarity. So yeah, I don't really want to make this too super long, but yesterday we did start a new harmonic 56. I'll go ahead and include info about that right here. And again, I feel like this even resonates here with this card, but this harmonic energy will be relevant for the next 3-4 days. And so there is this feeling of, again, this cosmic order, enlightened space. With this mind expanding, I feel this is resonant with this full card energy of our minds really expanding, and it's really expanding through like our higher self, through us really tapping into this cosmic knowledge in the cosmic order of all that is. And what I even feel here with this electric input, again, this is us getting these downloads, us getting this information. How it says informed flowering of service, and that's how I feel this as, like, we're really again downloading our divine truth. We're really downloading not just our truth, but like, I don't even want to say the word purpose, because I feel even, you know what, I honestly even feel like this card can even speak to that, because I guess again I'll speak from my own personal experience that since I was a little girl, I always felt such intense, like, knowing of like a mission or of a purpose, and just not knowing what it was, not knowing specifically what I was supposed to be doing, just knowing I was supposed to be doing something. And I feel here, even as we're coming into like this clarity of what we feel our purpose is, I don't think, I think there's this expansion even of what we feel called to do. Where we're even releasing like the notions or like the preconceived like limiting beliefs on like what someone's purpose is, or like, and I guess maybe that's just me kind of feeling that way, where I just think we're so multidimensional, and as we're unlocking our multidimensionality, really staying really firm into like this idea of like a one purpose, or like this like idea of really only having like certain parts that we play in our lives, where we're really like, we're so limitless and we're so expansive in so many ways that like we can't even really not only express but even comprehend at this moment. I feel like we're really just having to break a lot of our own, like, what just came to mind was like just breaking our own mirrors. And even as I was talking about how this world is a like a mirrored reality, how we're really seeing ourselves in everything that we do perceive, I feel like again there's like this breaking of the mirror, so that like we're really able to see things with fresher eyes, with like a new perspective. We're able to think more laterally. There's just this ability to really expand our consciousness, but also I really just feel, especially breaking free of these like linear concepts and the very like limiting, or I guess what I consider very limiting way of seeing everything so linear, seeing everything so like step by step by step in a straight line. And I see things more again as a spiral, everything always coming back to center, always being a process of birth and rebirth. And that's kind of even what I feel here with this Fool card. But yeah, gonna end it there so that this is a shorter and sweeter. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in as always. I do hope this has brought some sort of clarity or insight. But yeah, so this is day 1 of the White Wind Wavespell. And again, the first card that we have is the Fool card. So I'm really excited to see, you know, what these next 2 weeks have in store for us. A little, not necessarily anxious, but it's just like, change is always, it's fun, but if we're honest with ourselves, it is uncomfortable. And so it's just like bracing a little bit for the discomfort, but really excited for the newness and excited for not just a change of pace, but you know, even our change of train of thought, of us really kind of jumping into this portal, you know, this galactic activation portal that is today as well. So yeah, as always, check out the information in the description box. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Oh yes, do go ahead and check out my newest session or reading that I've got for purchase, where I'll talk about your star lineage, where we really discuss more of not just, okay, oh well, you're a Lyran or you're vegan or whatever, like not just knowing like stars or being like, well, I'm this or I'm that, you know, bringing information to really discuss, what does this mean to us? What does this mean to you? What does this mean for your life and for the lessons and experiences that you have? That's really what the focus of that reading, or really I guess most of my work, is not just about giving you a bunch of like new labels, giving you a bunch of like new boxes to put yourself in, but rather to provide information so that you're able to break free from the boxes that you may feel yourself being found in, or just even so that you're able to connect more with like the galactic history and with your galactic origins. Yeah, so do check out that reading if you're inclined or feel called to. Otherwise, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. And as always, I wish y'all many, many blessings, and I send you so much love. And yeah, until the next one, bye.